What is going on, guys? My name is Little Merman. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to another one of my videos, and this one is quite interesting. It is obviously another episode of everything you need to know about zombies, and that's quite literally what it is. It's every single thing you need to know about the zombies mode in Call of Duty, whether it be storyline related or gameplay related, but we've been mainly concentrating on the storyline, but we're sort of going to work in a bit of gameplay and gameplay mechanics into this episode as well. So in this episode we're going to be talking about Nacht der Untoten, obviously the very first map of Nazi zombies, of the whole zombies mode. It was obviously previously known as Nazi zombies, but they took the Nazi away because people start getting offended, and you can't really blame them either. So it's basically the first map in zombies of all time, the very first map we got in World at War, where it all started. It obviously made a return in a Black Ops 1 map pack. Sorry, you got all the maps from World at War in the last Black Ops 1 map pack. But yeah, our very first map in the zombies mode altogether. Now this map doesn't have too much to do with the main zombie storyline, but it sort of has its own zombie storyline. So in the intro screen, we obviously seen a crash plane and sort of Marine being chased by a zombie, and basically it could fit 4 players, so we assume there are just 4 normal Marines fighting off zombies in this map. The plane was shot down or something, and there was already writing on the wall, so somebody had already been there, and they're taking their place, and they're trying to survive themselves in this building that night. So zombies come out of nowhere and they're stuck. So there's a lot of questions about this map. First one would be the writing on the walls. So help is written on one of the very first doors that I normally open in the map, and the P isn't finished off. So obviously we see helmets on the ground, so we know the person that was writing this obviously was eaten by a zombie. Now, who wrote this? Probably the soldiers that were there before the Marines. It doesn't really have too much of a connection to the main zombie storyline or any characters that aren't like that. Probably just, it was put in there as sort of like a different soldier writing it. So it really doesn't have anything to do with the characters we know and play as in Black Ops 1 and 2. There's also more writing just above the stairs, and it states you must ascend from darkness. Obviously one of the many steps in the escape plan by Mr. Viktor Reznov in Black Ops 1, where he helps sort of Mason escape the prison. And it's a suicide mission in the end for him, but Mason ends up escaping. Whether that's deliberately connected or not, nobody really knows. It's not really been proven. They might have thrown it in there just to fuck up just to fuck us up. They did that with Origins. They threw a load of sort of clues, and obviously the cutscene, everyone thinks that as a big fuck up. But I'm gonna do a video on that very soon, just getting through all these maps as well. But yeah, whether that's deliberately done or not, we don't know. Obviously, once again, written by the soldiers that were there previously. So how do we know that there were soldiers there previously? Obviously, the vans and sort of trucks outside suggest that, like, this was an army base for a while, but they had to abandon it due to the Nazi zombies. I don't know whether any of them escaped or not. That is a completely mystery. But that's pretty much all the Nacht der Untoten sort of the story. So obviously 4 Marines crashed there and obviously died there. They don't really have any significance to the zombie storyline outside that. Now, some myths and sort of legends around this map is over on the far side where you see trees. On the other side of those trees may be the map Verrückt, which is obviously 1 or 2 maps down the line, straight after Nacht der Untoten in World at War. And yeah, and also this map does make an appearance in Transit. Now in Transit, it is just behind the crop fields, and this is obviously due to Element 115 and its ability to displace objects through space and time. This is why radios get sent back in time. They're back in Origins, even though they were recorded sort of in the future and stuff. They're obviously sent back through time. The robots, the blueprints for the robots were sent back in time and stuff, all on Origins. I'll explain all this in a later video, but basically this was sent forward in time to Transit, and it wasn't really supposed to be there. There was probably a nice little farmhouse, and then this was just thrown on top of it, so it's not actually connected in any way, and Transit wasn't built later on with this. So that is pretty much it from me, guys. I hope you learned something. There's probably a lot to take in this episode with the whole Origins talk, but we will come to it in the later episodes. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all learned something. I hope you all have an amazing day as well. And as always guys, peace out, thanks for watching.
And